pros, don't know the cons, forget the whys. Do you know why?
Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I just wanted to come back and share some reactions that people had in the comment section on the app. I know the interview was released on YouTube, and I think it's supposed to be either like a different version or something like that released on YouTube on Friday. But either way, I found a lot of the comments interesting, and I want to share some of them. But I wanted to just say, not that most people are surprised, but the interview, it was a flop. And when I say it was a flop, I don't mean that for Tasha K, because she's making her money. She's getting her views off of it. And she's getting what she intended to get out of it. Even if she said to him, well, people don't really know you, so I'm trying to ask you questions so people can really get to know you. She doesn't care if people get to know him. And I'm fine with that, because we know what we know, and what we know is who he is. There is nothing deep about him. Everything that is deep is really dark and demonic. So there is no understanding of him. And the reason why I wanted to share some of these comments is to just try to let some people know how delusional some people are when it comes to him. But more importantly, the interview was a flop for him, because it did not do what he was intending for it to do, which was put Mel in a bad light. Now, like I said, there are some people who already didn't like her. So for those intents and purposes, they already came in with this feeling of, oh, here we go. Can't wait for these receipts. And some people may say the same thing about him, meaning, well, people already feel like they know him. They already have prejudged him. So they're not really willing to listen to anything he has to say. But the point of the matter when it comes to people who already have this, I wouldn't say preconceived notion about what he was going to say or who he is, it's because he's already shown us who he is. There's nothing deeper than that, okay? The man is definitely, in my opinion, a demonically influenced narcissist that is absolutely dangerous and experiences, or exhibits, I should say, psychopathic tendencies. This man that was married to this woman for all of these years, had 4 children with her, had nothing nice to say about her, and has not had anything nice to say about her. And when he attempted to do so some time ago, and I talked about that previously, when he was on a tour of, well, yeah, I gave up my 80% for 20%. And now he's trying to give this 20% all of the accolades and the kudos and the cheers and the applause, and put some respect on her name, which is utter bullcrap, because I don't care if the reunion was aired 3 years ago. He said he's single. He said that he's not with her. And when the questions were asked of him, he was denying that he was with her, okay? So there's nothing deep about him. But I want to share some of these comments, guys, because I was reading through some of them. I did leave my comment. Actually, I left a comment before I even listened to it. And I just pretty much said, I haven't even listened to this yet, but in my candy voice, the lies, the lies, the lies. Okay? But anyway, some of the people that commented, not naming any names, but somebody said, speaking about him talking about coleslaw, that's his woman, and he's sticking beside her. Another one said, everything he said was a bunch of nothing. Just places me firmly on Mel's side, like I already was. Clear narcissism at work. All his video evidence appears to be him instigating or filming repercussions to his actions. Imagine being 42 and this delayed. Another one said, I guess I'm the only one giving him some grace. Looks like neither one of them is innocent here. But it looks like he's trying to right his wrongs. We all make mistakes. Just learn from them. And one thing is for certain. He loves and cares for his children, so I'm a ride with him. And I'm like, okay, girl. And that's the thing when they try to say, well, nobody's innocent. They both were wrong. Really. Okay. Somebody else said, Tasha, I love you, but to kiss Martell ass during this whole interview is just crazy. You know his ass is lying and is bitter. Martell is acting like a bitter baby mama, LOL. Someone else said, I heard from a reliable source that it really wasn't lighter fluid, but it was water. Another one says, my great-grandmother's name is Inez, and I have her middle name. Well, I don't have anything to do with it, but actually that's kind of funny because my mom and my grandmother's first names are Inez, which is I-N-E-Z, not I-N-E-S-T, his wine that a lot of people mistake for incest, but that's another story. Anyway, another one says, this interview just solidifies all the gaslighting Martell does. Mel is human, and she's allowed to react when he's gaslighting her. Kudos to her for dropping him. Martell and Coleslaw deserve each other. Another one says, I'm really surprised Tasha let this man come on here and lie with a straight face. Well, he didn't really have a straight face. But anyway, you and Melody wasn't separated when you had that baby with Coleslaw, and then you showing her attacking you after you stole $17,000 of her money. I would beat your ass too. Bye, Martell. We tired of you playing victim all the time. You lost your trophy for a tramp. That's it. That's all. Someone else says, he go to the police station, get arrested with kids in car. That shit evil and calculated. But who knew kids would be with him when warrant surfaced? Love the kids more than you hate each other. Shaking my head, glad he wasn't in traffic stop on a road with a trigger-happy cop when warrant surfaced. That's what provoked could have led to. Okay. Another one. According to the show, Mel and Ariane was pregnant at the same time. Mel decided not to have her baby. I think it was because Ariane was pregnant. Another one says, I think the woman was fine sharing Martell until she got pregnant. And that's weird. But anyway, everybody has a right to have their own opinion. Another one, 35 minutes in, and Martell's a waste of time. However, I wish the best for Mel, Martell, and Coleslaw. Girl, you're nice. Anyway, someone else says, it just amazes me that he can show Ariane all this respect, but not Melody. Martell is full of shit. And the thing about it is, him not showing Mel respect is something that we have become accustomed to. But remember he said that he's an actor? Him saying all of that good stuff about Ariane was acting. Because him sitting there having this interview with Tasha K was all about revenge, all about trying to damage and destroy his ex-wife. And because he sent Ariane on that mission to do that interview with Tasha K in the first place. I said that. I feel like I may be one of the first ones to have said that years ago, but it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, when I listened to that and I just heard how she was just big upping him and just making him sound like he's just such a great man and he's so supportive. And we've heard her say that before, because when we heard her voice on that speakerphone call when he was driving and she called him and he said that he wanted to get a blood test, and she was like shocked, like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Or whatever the words were that she said. And then, he was like, well, yeah, I want to get a blood test and whatever else he said. But she ended the call as they were ending the call. He said, well, you're a good man. Call me later. She's always going to stand up for him, even if he pisses her off in the moment. Okay. So with that being said, him finally getting the opportunity to sit down to do this alleged interview with Tasha K, which wasn't even really an interview. It was just a bash session for him to try to make her look terrible. He had to make it look like he and Ariane were just great and he's always going to be there for her. He's always going to take care of her. That is someone that is so beautiful and this and that and the other. He couldn't come to Tasha K's platform where she spoke so great about him and do the same thing. And he had to do the same thing for her. He couldn't do the opposite. Because when it comes to Coleslaw and Martell Hotel, better known as Ariane's baby wipe, they both have to put on a united front when it comes to Tasha K. Because I want to tell you, in some ways, they think they're playing Tasha K. And some people may feel like that too, or they may feel that Tasha K is really on his side or their side. I don't believe that. We've seen that Tasha K doesn't have any friends out here. Like, this is all business for her. So she does not see these people as friends. But they're so stupid, they would actually believe that they are. I don't care if they have Tasha K's number, home number, cell phone number, beeper number, pager number, you know what I mean, social security number. That's not their friend. But they really, just like the Coleslaw chick, she feels like that vlogger, Original Straight No Chaser, who put out all those audio recordings that she had with conversations that she's had with Ariane. She felt like that's her friend. That lady is not her friend. They may have some thoughts in common, because I'm not sure if that vlogger really cares for Melody either. But I'm just saying, they're not friends. But these two people, they're so stupid. They believe that they have friends out here when it comes to these vloggers. There may be people that are friendly with them, but it doesn't make them friends, and are definitely not looking out for their best interests. Period. Even if those vloggers don't care for Melody, they're looking out for themselves. They're not looking out for Hotel and Coleslaw. Period. So, sharing some more of the comments, and at this moment, there are 573 comments. And I scrolled through some of the other interviews that she's done on the app. We're not even 24 hours in since this interview has been released. And this interview already has a whole lot more comments on it than other interviews on the app. As well as those other interviews, they've been out here for a while. And so that proves that, because the majority of the people commenting are, even if they're not people that followed Melody, didn't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, they are seeing through his lies and they're not buying it. One person said, "Y'all are weird. These videos clearly show someone provoked and then recorded. This man is effing ridiculous." Someone else says, "Come on. This interview does nothing to change his narrative. All I see is a broke nigga who cheated and was determined to film Melody in a bad light just in case. Martell, you're a horrible man. You're not a good dude." And I want to read this person's comment because, again, this shows that this is one of the reasons why he is able to continue getting people's panties, because there's people like this. This person says, "I don't care what anyone says. This man is fine to me. And I'd really love to meet him one time and he'll be like, Coleslaw who?" And that's sad. But again, there are people out there like that. Someone else says, "Tasha, you are wrong for interviewing Hotel." Someone else says, "Gaslighting, trying to make Mel look bad. I truly understand why she don't even speak or acknowledge him. I hate that for her." Someone else says, "Him showing Mel acting out made me love her even more." All right. Someone says, "No one wants Ariane on LAMH ever." Someone else says, "So that's when he stole the $17,000 from her and then tried to gaslight her. No pun intended." Someone else says, "These receipts are weak." Somebody else says, "He obviously has no budget for a commercial." And ironically, out of a number of people that liked that comment on the app, Tasha K would like that comment on the app. Somebody else says, "You messing with the lady money. Beat his ass, Melody. B better have my money." All right. And there's this one person, because they had commented on a number of people's comments that were not supporting him and could see through his lies. This person says, there are 3 sides to every story. Martell has every right to share his side. To believe Melody's version is the truth is to be delusional. And I'm not even going to lie, this person, they just look like somebody that really can't stand Melody. Somebody else says, I don't like the way he keeps saying Melody was still being taken care of when he was with Arion. Melody was never a stay-at-home mother. Also, from those videos, I don't see a man getting battered, rather a wife who was fed the F up. Melody isn't my favorite person on that show, but I can tell Martell is capping on some parts. Another one says, been watching and following this show since season 1. What he did here was take bits and pieces to try to show it in his favor. Show part of a video, mix a little lie with a little truth. He forget, we saw some of this stuff play out. When Arion got pregnant, he was still going back and forward between the both of them. Still blaming Mel, still making excuses for his behavior. And he is hating on Mel's success. And no way will Arion take a spotlight. She's not entertaining. This is very sad, though, for the kids. They both need to just stop trying to hurt each other. Now, I agree with a lot of what that person said, except for they both need to just stop trying to hurt each other, because Mel is responding, one, to his actions and to the hurt that she has experienced from him. So no, she doesn't feel like she has to go the extra mile for him. And we have seen her try. I don't care if people say, oh, she just did that for the show. She just did it for a storyline. When she invited him, this was after the divorce, and she invited him out of town on the trip where they went to Destin, where she paid for everything, and invited him and his mom. And she was trying to be cordial with him, trying to be friendly, trying to have a healthy co-parenting situation. And she even tried to have conversations with him. And he kept trying to take it back there to, well, maybe we can try to make this work, and maybe we can do this all over again. And she was done. And then she got upset with him because he shared some information about her being sick to Arion. People can say, oh, she overreacted with that or whatever. I don't care. If that was her feelings on it and she did not want him talking about her business to her, then that's how she feels. Period. But man, when I tell you, there's this, it's a picture of a woman. Actually, I think it's an avatar of a female that is going hard for him in the comment section on the app. And that is just a clear example of there are some women out there that just don't like her for the sake of not liking her. And she even said that that was okay because not everybody's going to like her and she's not going to like everybody. But for anyone that has the sense that God gave them to think that these alleged receipts prove anything but him trying to make a case for himself of how horrible she was and he's not protecting her anymore is delusional. But this one person, like I said, this female, she made some comments, and then other people who were making comments in support of Mel, every time I go to look at the replies, she is having a rebuttal. I'm like, well, damn, you just really don't like this lady. You just really don't like this lady. Like, you are going hard for Hotel. Or, hey, maybe it's Arion with an alias on the app. I don't know. Because I'm like, my God. Because somebody was like, they made a comment. Actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, somebody says, separated is still married. Mel was pregnant when he got Coleslaw pregnant. The reason the show keeps circling back to him and Mel is to exploit his whack-ass mindset. It's like watching a train wreck, saying he wasn't doing what needed to be done. Saying she wasn't doing what he needed to be done. And this chick, I tell you, is just like, she's just so against Mel. And so for trying to understand Hotel, she responds to that person's comment to say, so you are okay with her sucking D when she was separated? I'm like, First of all, if you even believe that audio that he spliced together, she did not answer him to say that, because that was something he put together. He said this, like recorded it, and then he got a recording of her talking about something else, saying about 3 years ago. There is no way in the world he's sitting there just having this comfortable conversation with her and saying, so, I'm aware that you've stepped out on this marriage. And I also believe you said you've performed fellatio. Well, no, I'm going to say that you suck some D. When's the last time you sucked somebody else's D? And then she going to respond and say, about 3 years ago. That's some bullcrap. That was a spliced together audio. He took something else she was talking about, and he added it after he recorded his own audio to say that. It's just so clear that that is a fake audio. I'm not saying he faked her audio of her voice. No, he created his own audio, recorded himself acting like he was asking her that question, and then he added her to be responding to him like she was really responding to him, saying that about that question. But he took that from something else where she was talking to him about, I'm not stupid. I'm not, of course, in that situation. I've never been in their home, never been involved in their marriage. I was introduced to all these people, just like you all were, who watched the show, or who never watched the show but got, privy to them because of social media posts and reshares on like the Neighborhood Talk and the Shade Room, and even Tasha K doing the interview with Coleslaw several years ago. But either way, you didn't have to be there. Just knowing the type of person that he is, the liar that he is. Do you really think that he just had this recording like that? Would he not have had that and play that in some other instances? Absolutely not. If he felt like, and I said this before, if he believed that this woman was really cheating on him and she filed for divorce, why didn't he file a counterclaim? You can do that. Why didn't he do that? I don't want to hear, oh, he didn't want to hurt her. He was trying to protect her for the sake of the children. This man has never tried to protect her, ever. So don't give me that. It's just not, and it's not real. It's disingenuous, because this is not the regular man. It's just not. And we have to come to the realization of that and know that we're not talking about a regular man, not even a regular loser, because I'm not one of those people that believes that everyone is a narcissist, but he absolutely is. But I just wanted to share some of the people's comments and thoughts, and just to confirm that the interview was a flop. It did not do what he was hoping it would do. In actuality, it's just built up Mel's case even more. So kudos to Mel. Continue being blessed while he is a curse. Like literally, not being cursed, but he is a curse. Seriously. And yeah, nothing good is going to come his way. Absolutely nothing. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share some of that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for being here, liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.
Wonder if we maybe were mistaken. Don't wanna talk, don't wanna see, don't wanna feel it.